all you fabulous folks of Florida. Well, get ready to sip on some of the tastiest tea in town as we brew up some adventures here on Spill the Tea. We will have some of the tastiest topics with and about the people and places and things in our backyard. So, grab your favorite mug and come join me, Christy House, and we will sample some of the local brews, hot or iced. So, here I am dressed a little differently than usual, a little retro 80s punk, because I do a lot of jobs around Ocala. One is performing with a burlesque troupe called Brick City Glam. And we are doing tonight the first ever Punklesque. We'll have a live band, LoveKillsJoy, playing punk music while our various performers do their darndest. I almost cussed, which is very punk. But we're going to have a conversation with some of the visitors and some of the performers, hopefully, and get a read on what brings people out for live punk music and boobies on a rainy night in Marion County.
I always want to talk to Christy House, the two-story house.
Is it going?
She is the absolute perfection of burlesque that we all dream to be. Not only does she get on stage and perform, but she also writes her own lyrics to songs, which is absolutely insane when you think about the way burlesque is done. It's a performance art where you usually would just play music over your own physical performance, but she goes through it and writes her own lyrics to songs so that they match what she wants people to feel.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm turning the same color as my hair. I'm now blushing. But Alex has performed with me on stage at our last show at the Marion. He was Officer Measure, measuring bathing suits for a big number we did called Summertime Nudes.
Oh, jeez.
My burlesque name is Two-Story House, because I've got at least two stories for everything. Well, and the second story, you know, is always in burlesque.
Two-story house.
Well, thank you. Alex is here to do, well, he says to lift heavy objects, but he's also one of our biggest supporters and a sometime performer, and is the live-in love of one of our kittens, Little Miss Muchness. A kitten is a burlesque apprentice who runs around and picks up props that the performers have dropped and picks up money that the audience wants to tip them. So, more to come. I'm still blushing. Well, just checking out some of the people that will turn out in Ocala on a Sunday night to see something punk called Punklesque. And I ran into some very dear friends of mine, and might I add, exceptional talents. Miss Chelsea and I got to star together as Magenta in Columbia a few years back in the Rocky Horror Picture Show Shadowcast. She went on to play Janet to her Brad. Now, Jeremy lives an exciting life, or he did. He used to drive a big truck, and, you know, we'll have to interview him separately for some of the road stories. But what brings you two out tonight?
Good time with good friends, and alcohol is always a perk.
Indeed. Well, you can't do Punklesque. Well, I can without alcohol, but most people don't.
You're a little cake.
You have to drink my share.
Okay.
Too.
Oh, no, not that.
So, Jeremy, you're looking awful warm and cuddly.
Well, yeah. Always.
Well, say hi to the Spill the Tea audience.
Hi.
And say there may be more to your story that we'll get to later.
There may be my story that we'll get to later.
Well done.
Thank
well
you.
done.
I take
Carry on,
direction
folks.
very well.
We'll see you at Mutiny for the after party.
Woo! Let's go.
Well, celebrity sightings at the Marion Theater. I ran into Becky Baby. Now, Becky Baby is probably the most famous vocalist in North Central Florida, at least as far as I'm concerned. She's far and away my favorite, and I try to catch her every time I can. So I thought while we caught her in the lobby of Punklesque, we might get her to talk about what's coming up next.
Well, I have have an incredible show coming up. The biggest thing right now that I'm planning is on May 4th, which is, International Star Wars Day, but not related to this event. But on May 4th, I will be performing with Swing Theory at the Riley Arts Center at the Noma Black Box. We will do our Swing into Spring event, and there will be a beginner dance lesson and then a dance social afterwards. So May 4th from 6 to 9, and I have a lot of other things coming up too. I'm going to be playing at the Ocala Downtown Market on the 24th, Saturday the 24th, and I have so many things coming up that I cannot remember them all, but please go to my website, beckybaby.com, and I have my events listed up there.
Well, and I've told her that we are going to catch her when she's got more time and a list of things that are going on.
Yes.
Because I've lived in Ocala long enough to know when Becky went from having to do something else to getting to do the thing that she loves to do 7 days a week.
Yes.
And that's, I think, an inspiring and kind of happy story because, well,
very much so.
She's the Ocala songbird.
Thank you so much.
And say hello to Mom for both me and Jay.
Mama, we love you.
Becky's got an awesome mom.
She's the coolest mama. She's at home now with the little hedgehog and the dog. She's babysitting everybody right now.
Well, tell her I have to find an excuse to see her.
Absolutely. Anytime.
There's got to be something at your house that Jay needs to build.
Yes. No. Anytime you guys come over.
Okay.
Yeah. Jay. Thank God he built our ramp on the porch for Lester.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
We will talk
Thank
more to
you
you,
guys.
and I will let you know when this is going to air.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Well, I've done the impossible. I have managed to make Aspasia Amore stand still for a minute because, this is historic. Because this particular individual has so many irons in the fire, it's hard to know where to list them. But we've just finished the first live music burlesque show in Ocala history.
Yay.
Punklesque. And, tell us more.
It was fun. We had punk rock music and burlesque, Brick City Glam. We, we did stuff. We LoveKillsJoy, Brick City Glam. I'm scissoring with my fingers. I shouldn't do that. Let's stop that. Let's
I
stop
think,
that.
let them Google it.
Google it.
If you don't know what it is, Google
Scissor
it.
me timbers.
Well, and there are photographs of Darian and I from a show of Becky Babies.
Oh.
5-6 years ago when we didn't know each other.
It was a show. Wait a moment. It was Dr. Sin's Freak Island Musical 5 show.
Yes, it was that show. And
because I'm one of their clowns now.
yes, and I went to the show and had my photograph taken with this person who I did not know who she was till years later.
And then you became part of my madness.
Yes. And
Madness.
Our madness now.
Absolutely.
I can own it. I can own it.
Love you.
So anyway.
Our madness.
When you don't see her on stage, we call her Darian Mosley Weslowski, at least for a while. Yeah. And, Art Army, the Magnolia Arts Exchange, Brick City Glam, who is performing at Mutiny, the Menagerie at Mutiny, on the 24th of March.
Storytelling nights.
Let's see. She vends at the Oddities Market.
I do that.
In Ocala.
We do storytelling nights.
And if you ever have a problem with your pet, Darian is the one to call.
I also like dogs and cats and other animals. Fish.
So there will be an episode that's Darian-centric someday.
Someday.
Someday. We'll get you to really spill the tea.
I love you, Christy. Thank you so much.
Love
Thank
you.
you for being part of my show. I'm going to go break down. But don't forget, we also do the storytelling nights where we teach the applied tabletop gaming at the Marion County Public Library.
We want to cover that.
Yeah.
Heroes
Marion
Wanted.
County Public Library, Heroes Wanted. Storytelling Nights is that project of Art Army Ocala. And we're doing our next one on March 16th.
Okay.
So it's at the library headquarters.
I have wanted to participate in that for years. So we'll have to
I won't
come out
wear
and
my
cover
mohawk. I might.
I don't know.
I love you.
I see. So in Dungeons and Dragons, are you like a sorcerer, or are you more of a
my
ranger?
character?
Yeah.
So my character, all right, listen now. I have 2 different characters that I play, but the one that I like to bring to that event, her name is. She's a bard. And she can only speak in rhyme, which typically comes out in rap or song. And
Darian's got the best words.
She has a lot of good words. She does. She's like a little adorable gnome, and she was orphaned as a small little child and raised by squirrels. So, you know, she kind of is like, and that's her jam. But
The best compliment I ever got was one of Cal's friends in high school said, you know, your mom rolled like a 20 in charisma.
fuck yeah. Nat 20. I could see that. You are a Nat 20. You are definitely a Nat 20.
Those of you that know Dungeons
Yeah,
and
clap them
Dragons will
hands.
get that.
Clap them hands. I saw you. Sorry. I got excited.
Okay, go break down.
I'm breaking down. Breaking down.
And there we go. What? More performers?
What do I say?
Okay, this performer, who we call Madame Merlot, but we know in other venues as Jordan. I can't believe this is your year anniversary. And that a year ago, we were dealing with Jordan being in the 4th round of The Voice as a singer.
3rd round.
No, well, you made it to the 4th. You made it to the 4th. That counts as 4. Because there are people that did 3 and never got to try 4. She's also an aerialist and a circus performer and a spiritual mystic and stunningly gorgeous.
Thank you.
I'm standing here looking in those eyes about to, I don't know what, but whatever you want. So what was the best part of Punklesque for you?
Oh, Lord.
Spill the tea, Jordan. Spill the tea.
To be able to express my creativity and make it as messy as I wanted, and no one would know if I failed.
I was going to say, it wasn't thrown up on the band?
I was trying to. Yeah. I almost did backstage, so.
Anyway, so hopefully we'll get Jordan to donate a little snippet of her performance.
Oh, most definitely. Thank you.
But we will let you know when this is going to air.
Thank you. I'm really awkward. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go.
Not awkward, brilliant. Come on, Rizzo. Oh, and now here's the daughter. This is the daughter. This is the child
There we go.
that I gave birth to, and this was the
Adopted
daughter
child.
I found. So I ended up lucky because I got to have one of everything. with a non-binary child, and then
Me.
and then Rizzo. But we have
Adorkable.
no. So anyway, Cal is actually my kid. Hot dammity calamity, and this is Hellraiser. And one of these days you will see both of them perform again with Brick City Glam.
Oh, I hope
And-
so.
Of course, it's bound to happen. But anyway, so how do you feel about how Punklesque turned out?
It was a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot of fun. The band nailed it, of course, and all the dancers. It was a whole different vibe, but definitely a lot of fun. I want to be a part of the next one for sure. This is definitely my vibe.
Rizzo knew the band before the show was put together.
You know.
She was a band insider. Spill the tea, girl. Spill the tea.
I've known Steve Billington since we were pretty little, high school days. Tallest person in the entire school. You can't miss him.
Even taller than Derek?
Yes. And Tex, I've known. I work at 7-Eleven, and he comes in every day with his cute little bow ties and getting his little energy drinks to deal with the kids at school. So, yeah, you know, they were definitely the ones that told me actually about it before Brick City Glam, which was ironic, because then I found out about it through Brick City, because I'm part of it as well. So it was like, oh, well, this is a sign. It's meant to be. So, you know.
The drummer in the band, who's another guy we're going to have to talk to, is one of the first veterans to apply to be a teacher here in the state of Florida. So he's got a lot of fifth graders, and when he wants them to behave, he makes them cry, apparently. I think that's good for a good story.
Those kids love him.
So Cal, welcome back to Florida.
Hi. I moved away for like a year. You don't need to need my life story, but point is, I had a really shut up. I had a really good time because I really like punk as like a movement as well as like I don't want to say an aesthetic because it's always more than that, right? And so being a part of this and being able to go all punk out and shave my head and do a slit in my eyebrow and shit was really fun and just, I don't know, it felt right, it felt good.
Well, there's something to be said for a mom who can go on stage with her children and break down to pasties and they still love her.
Of course.
That's why we love her more, actually.
Yeah, so I'm the maternal figure of Brick City Glam, and which is why the children have all turned out brilliant. Right, Alex?
Oh, I've turned out wonderfully.
All right.
We love the shit out of her.
Okay. This whole episode has turned into make me turn the same color as my hair. But I'm amongst friends here, and that's a nice place to be. Well, I think we can consider that tea spilt. But we'll brew up something new for you next time. So, see you then on Spill the Tea.